it's hard to find good people who you match with. Sometimes people are lucky and they find a good match, but a lot of people are like, don't try to hook, you know, the universe tries to hook people up too, and it's like, don't hook me up with, you know, someone who's going to bring me down. Build me up, let me down, sugar cup, buttercup, whatever. So anyway, just took a little walk around the block there to get some interesting sights in. And right between, why do you build me up, buttercup, just to let me down? First of all, love is in the hair or the air. This is a dog store, like dog and I guess cats too, but they have like dog biscuits and stuff. And it's the same colors as Chip City. So like our cookies dog food, you know. Charcoal grayish. Well, it's actually a blue. It's hard to tell. It's hard to, yeah, it almost looks black and red. So anyway, red car in front of it. Color schemes will show up all the time. If you had to puppet and orchestrate a city for a show, you might do that on purpose. It could be like extremely high level intel, even though it seems really dumb to people. Anyway, so that song, why do you build me up, buttercup, just to let me down? First of all, compared with Pandora's commercial of your love keeps lifting me higher, higher. Of course, the connotation of Pandora's box, isn't there a negative? It's almost like the worms or whatever theory. I have to look up Pandora's box again, but somehow it seems like a confusionary tactic. Oh, let's open this Pandora's box and get married, you know? See what happens when we merge these two families together. It's hilarious. So anyway, at some point in my life when I was a certain age, and I've run the gamut, like love is everywhere, so I've been, you know, anyway, we'll leave it at that. But at a certain age, I knew that because of my upbringing and my family and step-family experience and stuff like that, like I grew up having to visit the in-laws all the time, right? So kids of step families have to sort of merge, and hopefully it's good, but sometimes people really don't mix as perfectly as the parental figures would like, just to suit their needs because they decide to be together. But in a way, kids of divorce, should a parent or both parents remarry, they are forced to put up with in-laws from a very young age, potentially, depending on when the divorce occurs and a remarriage. And it's like, in my older age, I was like, if I ever wound up with a partner or married or whatever, the best fit for me would be someone who does not, that's a big capital N-O-T, have a big family. It would have to be someone who's sort of also alone in the world per se and deals with their family a little, but not to the point of like, oh, God, I gotta put up with in-laws and someone who thinks they're in control all the time. There's all these dynamics that I never loved participating in, and I see them playing out in other families. Oh, this is too funny, too many women in the kitchen, you know. This woman has to be a bitch, she has to show she's in control, you know, and the husband still loves her, you know. I'm always shocked by that. There's a lot of men and they have all these women, and it's like they're okay putting up with some biatch. I'm just fascinated by this. So anyway, I guess it must be trash day, or what day is it? So anyway, that guy's wearing like a navy boat jacket, like a pea coat, and he has sort of like a larger mouth, and I've been seeing his family lineage around because I passed someone the other day and she's very familiar looking. I see them every once in a while. It's like loose lips sink ships. That would be the message. That is so funny, unless you're highly protected. So anyway, but some of the they have like a looser jaw and lip structure and like slightly larger lips. You know, they still look good, but it could be something that you notice. And that's what I got off of the guy with the pea coat, the naval pea coat, loose lips sink ships. That is so old school, and it's bullying in nature to say something like that. And a lot of women, it's very sexist also. Because we gotta shut her up. The thing is, you know, people trigger me into PTSD and I can't stop talking. Also, it's better for people to feel open and free. Free people speak. No one should be afraid to speak openly. To live in fear your whole life. And there are some people who are like, after a while they stop talking because they're tired of being looked in on by, you know, the powers that be, the government, whatever. The problem is, in my case, I was tortured so badly that I don't want to mix up facts. Like, there's family in Florida and they'll mix things up like, oh yeah, I'm getting my hair cut on Wednesday, when really they're going to they're getting a pedicure on Friday. But see how they'll mix it up? It would be like writing a fiction book where you kind of mix things up so you can't really see the actual truth of what's going on in order to hide from a mysterious entity that hasn't even pounced on you. I was actually pounced on by the mysterious entity and I barely talked. I kept one small blog that not many people paid attention to, and 6 years went by and that blog didn't seem to, I was like, is it the blog that I kept? With one post that was maybe a little bit rough around the edges, but everything else was super professional. I was a writer, and that's part of what you do in your career. You find things that help you, like get your writing out there. You're supposed to do that. And all these new things came along online in order for writers and artists to have their voices. So point being, the situation that I was put in was so bad that I don't want to say anything that would discredit who I am as a person. So a lot of people lie all the time just as a matter of course to hide their business or this, that, and the other, or they don't talk. But I believe in freedom. I believe in freedom of speech. This is America. They're supposed to exercise freedom of speech. And also, I never want to be discredited as a person. I was made to be so afraid that it's like, I won't say anything. It's hard to explain. Basically, I was forced to be transparent. A whole bunch of people invaded illegally, raped my life, broke open the walls of my apartment, figuratively, metaphorically. And I have to live as a very open, transparent person from now on for the rest of my life. So I don't really have the luxury of laying low and being secretive like people in Gainesville.